Welcome to Game of the Day, where I randomize a date and play a game that came out on that same day. Today we're starting with 1992 for the year and July 26th for the date. Somehow the date had no games on it, but it was sandwiched in between 3 July 25th releases and 2 July 27th ones, so I spun the wheel with those 5 games and got Suprise Nekketsu New Records the distant gold medal for today's game, or Crash in the Boys Street Challenge as a localized title. The game follows Todd Thorney IV, defeated after losing a sports tournament in the previous game to Crash Cooney, so he decides to challenge Crash and his friends from Southside High School to another sports tournament, but this time there's no rules involved. The events in this tournament include 400-meter hurdles in which you can hurricane kick your opponent and throw hurdle boards at them, swimming that allows you to fight and attempt to drown your opponent, hammer throwing on a golf course that has different hazards like sand pits, rough patches, and ponds, roof jumping across the city with a vault pole for wide gaps and a unicycle for tight ropes, and street fighting, which sees you managing stamina and trying different special attacks on your opponent. When you start up the game though, you can choose between a full mode of doing every event, a short mode where you pick 3 of them, or a practice mode to get better at a specific one. You were also allowed to play with up to 4 players, as the game had 4 different teams to choose from. Each team had 5 players that had different stats such as health, power, speed, and defense, and in between each event you were allowed to pick a new teammate to compete, as well as visit the plaza that granted you a bit of help. Alongside a leaderboard to keep track of your placement, there are multiple shots with different focuses such as player help, event boosts, stat boosts, and stat swaps that were available for purchase with the coins you earned depending on where you placed in the event or earned during the event itself. But I did notice stats actually mattered for each player, as you could feel the difference in their individual performance as you played. And as a neat touch for events that involved fighting, the damage you took carried over after events, so you had to be cognizant of that as well. The learning curve for the actual games themselves though was pretty steep, as if you wanted a chance you're almost forced to practice, as each event took a ton of skill to master with few shortcuts to help you out, and it didn't help that the computer was pretty good across the board at every event either. Once you got a hang of things though, the game was a ton of fun competing to win the tournament, which was done easiest by winning 3 straight matches in each event or winning 15 matches in a row to ensure you won first place. One last thing I'd like to mention was there were slight differences between the Japanese release and the North American one, but it was mainly asset changes while the gameplay remained the same. The game was great and felt pretty complete all the way through, and apparently 90s audiences felt the same way, as the series has 30 plus installments, so with that being said, I'd have to give this a Golden Street Olympian out of 10. Make sure to follow and leave a comment about what you think of this game, and I'll see you guys in the next one.